Hello everyone and welcome back to our IronCAD video. Today we'll be continuing our IronCAD series where we get to design our linear bearing. Today will be the final episode where we are finally taking the parts that we designed in the previous 5 videos and putting them all together in one assembly, and then also adding constraints. So we'll begin just by placing down the bottom base. So this was the base that we designed in the first episode with the current holes that we'll be able to add our guide shaft to. So we'll bring out our guide shaft. We'll open up the tri-ball and we'll begin by placing this tri-ball here in the center of this hole here. We'll bring this hole down to the very bottom so that when we place the tri-ball, or we'll drag the tri-ball over, we'll snap to this hole here. Let's try this like this. Snap to it. It'll snap there. Make sure that it's on the bottom flush. Wonderful. Then we go to the top view and we can see that each of the holes are lined up. Next, what we can do, rather than just dragging out another one, we can simply use IronCAD's tri-ball and we can mirror and we'll link, just like so. Wonderful. Now what we can do is we'll go in and we'll add in our bearing. So we'll just right click, oops, try this again. We'll just drag this out, rotate it 90 degrees here, and rotate it 90 degrees here as well. Open up the tri-ball, we'll bring this down to this end, and we'll bring this down to this end here, just like so. And just to give us a little bit more range, we'll edit the distance from this point here. We'll have it come out to be just 1 inch. And then again, we'll take the tri-ball, bring it here, and we will link. Wonderful, just like so. Next, what we'll do is we'll bring out a pillow block that we have, open up the tri-ball, bring it to this face, or to this face here, using this diameter as the pattern or the radius that we'll have it snap to. Bring this down to here, snap it to this face, just like so. We'll come to the right side, okay, it's straight. And then again, what we'll do is we'll bring out our tri-ball, bring it here, and we'll mirror and link it to the other side. Next, we'll bring out our top plate, just like this. Our top plate, we'll flip it over 180 degrees, just like that. And we see that these holes need to make sure they're aligned. So they go long ways, so we want this side to be connected. So we'll actually rotate this 90 degrees one more time, just like that. All right. Oops, did not rotate 90 degrees like it should have. Let's rotate it 90 degrees, 90 degrees. All right. So what we'll do is we'll come here, bring out the tri-ball once again, and we'll just bring it to this corner because we designed it to where these should match. These should line up. So we'll bring it to this corner and we'll bring this corner here, and then we'll adjust by adding constraints to have these holes become concentric later. So we now have just the beginning stages of our linear bearing. But what we'll do is we'll actually create this pillow block and this bearing number 1, this pillow block to be an assembly. Right click, assemble, yes, and then we'll have this bearing and this pillow block, and we'll make this also an assembly as well. And we'll take these two, open up the tri-ball, we'll bring the tri-ball here to this center, and we'll mirror this in the back, and we'll link the two, just like so. So you now have our 4 bearings and our 4 pillow blocks matching with the top plate. All right. Next, what we'll do is we'll go in and we'll add some constraints to this linear bearing. So we'll go to our tools section, positioning and constraints. And here we'll be able to add our constraints. So we'll use standard constraints for now. And what we'll do is we just want to make sure that everything is lining up properly. So for number 1, we want this bottom base to be concentric or coincident with this face here on the bottom. We'll come out and we'll click Same thing, this bottom and this face to be concentric. We also want this, oops, let's get rid of this face to be concentric. Matter of fact, rather than using concentric, we'll make it coincident first. I'm sorry, coincident, not concentric. Next, what we'll do is we'll make this part concentric here. So this hole here and this hole, make it concentric. And then what we'll do is we'll bring this one to this side, this hole and this hole, concentric as well. All right. And then lastly, what we'll do, because we use this hole on this side, we'll simply bring out this hole here and this hole here. There we go. Same thing on this side, this hole here and this hole here, just like that. All right, so we'll click our properties. So now we'll go to mechanism mode, but before we do, we'll make sure that this bottom base is fixed in parent, so that when you use mechanism mode, it shall move, but the bottom base will not move. Mechanism mode, so this should not move, and this should not move. Great. These parts will be able to move because they're not confined down just yet, but these are fully confined. Wonderful. Next, we'll go back into our positioning constraints. We'll begin with this pillow block here. Because we have 4 different pillow blocks, though they're linked, we're not actually able to fully link them all without going within each one, but it's all very simple. So what we'll do is we'll, again, make this part coincident to this face. What we'll do also is we'll make this concentric, this piece and this piece concentric, and then next we'll also take this part and this part here and make it concentric as well. Wonderful. So what that'll do in mechanism mode, it should allow us to follow this guideline, this guide rail, just like that. What we'll also do inside is we will make this face parallel to this face, like so. So that when we use mechanism mode, it shall stay straight. Wonderful. Next, what we can do also is we can use positioning constraints to add a coincident mate here, so that these faces are coincident. And what we also want to do is we want to make sure that everything is lining up well. All right, so we can have this here, and this face here to be concentric, just like that. Wonderful. So that in this case of mechanism mode, we can move these pieces together. So only part what we need to do now is just make sure that these points here are all connected, and then that we can have this all move as one. All right. So I'll go and do the same thing with the coincident and concentric restraints to these other ones, and then we'll come back. Now, after being able to add all the constraints, we add the coincident and concentric constraints to each of the bearings here. And then what we also did was we added a coincident mate from the bottom of this face of the top plate to the top of the pillow block as well. And we also lined them up with each of the holes in the sides as each of them are connected to the corners. So if we were to go back now into mechanism mode, we can now drag our linear bearing. Each user can then elongate this, create a pattern or create a track for the linear bearing to follow, and it should be able to follow the track according to the pattern you have set. So this is our linear bearing. Thank you everyone for watching. Please place in the comment section below any new assembly ideas or anything you'd like to see for the new IronCAD assembly project. But until then, we'll see you all in the next IronCAD video. Thank you.